This episode features a 2007 Audi S8, which is for sale at an auction. First of all, let's start with the smart chart, just so we can make sure not to forget to look for anything. When shopping for a car, you need to go through the exterior condition, the engine condition, the interior condition, make a test drive if possible, and then check the mileage. Keep in mind that there's no way to be 100% sure a used car won't need any repairs. What I would like to share through my work is ways to minimize the risk and obviously deal the best price as fairly as possible. So let's start with the paint job. You're looking for inconsistency in the paint job, panels that seems to be lighter or stronger in color than the rest of the car. Luckily, there is a very accurate small cheap device called paint thickness gauge that I would recommend if you're thinking of buying multiple cars, let's say in 1 year. In this case, the overall paint quality seems consistent all around the car. Body condition. As always, this should be the most obvious part. When you're walking around the car, look for any dings, broken parts, scratches, rust, and skirmishes. Wheels and tires. First of all, look and see if all 4 tires are the same make and model. Then take a simple penny and insert it in between the tire tread. It will give you a rough estimation on how deep they are. Finally, check the rims for scratches, pothole damage, and faded paint. Headlamps and all lights. Check if the headlamps are becoming bluish and yellow. This is common with non-UV treated transparent plastic. With time and sunshine, they slowly degrade. This means either the car was sitting too long facing the sun, or the car has spent most of its life on the road. This is why sometimes yellow blurred headlamp can give you a rough estimation on the actual mileage. Also, try and feel the headlamp's texture with your hand. Sometimes people try and sand the yellow blurred layer, but most of the time they ruin the surface texture. It should be silky smooth. Sunroof. At this stage of the investigation, you simply want to verify that all windows are closed tight and properly. Engine. This is the normally aspirated 10-cylinder big block engine. First of all, check the oil level. Once that's done, start it up and listen. Ideally, a cold start is the best way for checking an engine. If it's too rough, you know it's usually packing a good weight of mileage. Exhaust gas color. Check the colored gas coming out of the exhaust. Is there any oil as well? There is 3 main colors that could indicate engine failure: dark black, blue, or white gray. The usual color should not be noticeable in summer and very light gray in winter. Oil leaks. While the engine is running, check for any oil leak under the engine bay. Then take out the dipstick, check the oil level, and try smelling it. It will give you an idea on the oil condition. Good brand new oil should not be unpleasant to smell. Do the same thing with the transmission dipstick, especially if the car is more than 7 years old and equipped with an automatic transmission. You're looking for a burned kind of smell. I simply know that by experience. The bad news is that recent cars aren't coming with dipstick anymore, so you can't smell anything. but you usually should still be able to access the oil level by the inboard computer. Rusted engine parts. Check for rusted engine parts, usually when a car is not driven for a long time, either because it has been into an accident waiting to be repaired or because it's simply not being driven enough. Some parts, as well as engine parts, tend to accumulate surface rust, especially pulleys and disc brake. Here all seems in good shape. Interior condition. Steering wheel, seats, and main condition. Look for any unusual wear and tear on the steering wheel, seats, and switches. Any unusual condition could be caused by excessive use, which should indicate a relatively high mileage. Now, all windows and sunroof. Check if all the windows are working properly. Open them up and close them down.
Turns out, both window on this side does not open. Neither this one.
Here, it turns out that the driver's
this one.
window as well as the rear driver's side passenger window are both not working. Windshield wipers. Don't forget to check if the windshield wipers show any malfunction. Finally, if you can, you must take it for a test drive. I would suggest to drive it in city roads until it heats up, then take it on the highway. Turn off the radio. I'm sure it will be on because they don't want you to listen to the car. So turn the radio off and just listen. Tell the salesman to be quiet. You just want to focus. Mileage. After going through that smart chart thoroughly, you really should begin to have an idea on the actual mileage of the car. So check it out at the very end of your investigation. If the shown numbers makes you uncomfortable, walk away or try and get the best deal as fairly as possible. Meanwhile, while you're checking the mileage, check and see if any cluster lights are on. They would indicate needed maintenance. So this was an Audi S8 2007 for sale at an auction. Thank you for watching and shop carefully.